I know deep down inside that all of you Tennessee fans are scared.
Boy, that was stressful. Very, very stressful. And to prove how stressful it was, I wasn't joking about the title. I'd run to CVS 10 minutes away from my house because everywhere else was closed, so I could handle my heartburn business, because I thought that was gonna kill me. But nope, I survived. And guess who else survived? The Tennessee Volunteers. We survived today in a hard-fought defensive matchup, which is rare in this era of football. So shout out to the Tennessee Volunteers for doing that. This is a hard-fought defensive game, and there were moments where I wasn't sure that we were going to win. So shout out to Tennessee for doing that. Now, there are a couple of things I want to talk about on here, which is why I'm making a separate video about this, because everything that I'm going to talk about in the College Football Chaos series, I'm not going to have enough time to talk about, so I have to do it in my own separate video. So I guess I'll start out with, well, first of all, shout out to Oklahoma for making that as great of a game as it was. Unfortunately, it just so happened to be on our schedule. It's unfortunate for you. Good luck the rest of the way. That's all I can really say for Oklahoma, man. I don't really have any hatred or disdain towards you. Of course, I made the hate video yesterday, but, that's all in good fun around here. I do that for I did it for Kent State and Chattanooga, so just so happens you joined the party. Congratulations. But, yeah, no, unfortunate loss to take. Good luck the rest of the way. And hopefully the dude who went down with a really bad injury, I think right at the end of the first half, hopefully he recovers, because that is a very, very unfortunate loss to have. And he was carted off the field. You guys might have saw. I forget his name, but I think he was somebody on the defense for Oklahoma. I'm hoping for a quick recovery for him. That's a very, very unfortunate thing to have. I hate all injuries, and so hopefully he makes a quick recovery. But yeah, good try, Oklahoma. You almost had me worried, and are probably gonna have me taking these for the next few days. So thank you for that. But yeah, no, shout out to Oklahoma for a hard-fought game. Good luck the rest of the way. All right, let's talk about Tennessee. So first of all, I'm gonna say this: this was a learning experience, not just for Nico and not just for the offensive coordinator, but I think this was mostly a learning experience for Josh Heupel. So the defense was amazing in this game, absolutely phenomenal. To say the least, we dominated on the defensive front throughout the entirety of the game. And Oklahoma, in fairness, did a great job on defense as well. Both quarterbacks really were pressured a whole lot, and that was kind of the big thing, who would get more pressure on which quarterback. And I guess we found out the answer, because Jackson Arnold was in agonizing pain, figuratively, throughout the entire game. He could not throw the ball to save his life. And it got, and of course, like I mentioned in the halftime video, it got so bad that they put in a new guy, the true freshman. And, while he wasn't all that better, he gave them a fighting chance towards the end of that game, and even had a scoring drive, which, of course, shut down the big streak that we had of preventing people from scoring touchdowns from our defense. So shout out to Oklahoma for that, I guess. Or shout out to the true freshman for making that happen. He definitely had a lot more promise than Jackson Arnold from what I saw, because he was able to run out of the pocket. He was a really fast guy. He could throw the bomb on you. He was the dual threat that Oklahoma needed. And while he wasn't much better than Jackson Arnold, he's got a lot of time to show promise. And Oklahoma's got a really young team, so we'll see how it goes. I'm sure they'll figure it out the rest of the way. They got Texas in a few weeks, and whether or not, Arch Manning could be starting in that game, and Arch did not have a good game today. He was fine, but I think if Arch is starting for that game, it's going to make the Oklahoma, the Wivel a whole lot more interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that pans out. But anyway, all that aside, I'll say this. Yeah, the offense definitely struggled today, and a lot of that was due to the play calling. The play calling was absolutely atrocious. Do you remember last year when Tennessee would, and I talked about the four plays that Tennessee would run with the Joe Milton offense: run up the middle, bubble screen, deep bomb, or what was the fourth one? I think it was like a hitch route. Whatever it didn't work often. It was probably that stupid shovel pass, which surprisingly we did not do today. But I think that would have fared better than the stupid bubble screens that we did. And that's pretty much what we did. And towards the end, it got even more conservative because literally all we did was run the ball up the middle. Sometimes we'd let Nico sling it on first down. And to the credit of the play calling, which there really wasn't much to defend that, the only defense that there was to it was the fact that Nico had his worst game today. This was his worst game starting as Tennessee's quarterback by far. And I think everybody can agree with me on that. He did not have a great day today. And I mean, to credit to Oklahoma's defense for doing that again. They shut down the passing game. They were getting pressure on Nico on almost every single play. He didn't have a lot of time to throw the ball. And remember, this was without Lance Hurd. So he had the other guy in, and I forget, it was like David Dallas or something like that. And yeah, he was getting, I think he was subbing in for the left tackle, and he was getting destroyed on every single play. So all that to say, we had our offensive struggles, and some of it was due to play calling, but some of it was also due to the fact that Nico is just having a very, very rough day with throwing the ball. So I guess I sort of understand where that's coming from, but next time when you get in one of these situations, you're going to have to do something else other than just wave the white flag and give it right back to the defense. The defense played lights out today, and thankfully so. Otherwise, we would be having a whole different conversation about, why we lost the game. Thankfully, we didn't do that. We held on. The defense played a really, really good game all day long today, shut down the passing game completely, and even did a better job shutting down the run game. Oklahoma just could not run the ball. They could not at all. So that really shut down that whole game. But truth be told, and I think everybody can agree with me on this, if you try that same thing against a team, like Alabama or Texas or Georgia or Ole Miss, that's probably not going to end out well because they don't have a Jackson Arnold or a true freshman quarterback that's got no quarterback experience. They've got Jalen Milroe, Jackson Dart, Quinn Ewers, Carson Beck. I mean, it's not going to be like it was here if we get into a situation like that. So we're going to have, we can't just go 3 and out every single drive. It don't work. It won't work at all. Never will that work against a really, really good team. And we play 2 of those top 4 teams in the SEC. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'm not so sure. Maybe, Missouri proved today that they might be frauds, and maybe that would work against a team like them. All this to say, though, this type of play style where we just rely this much on the defense in a game like this will get us into the playoffs, but not much further than that. Because the defense can carry us all the way through games like, we got Arkansas in 2 weeks. The Florida game, I believe they can do it right there. The Vandy, you see what I'm at here, but I don't think that'll work against Alabama or Georgia. So we've got to figure that out. But again, that's why I said this is a learning experience for Nico and Josh Heupel and the play calling. And again, the defense had a phenomenal day today. And if they play like this every single week, we are heading to the playoffs. And more than likely, we are winning a playoff game or two. This defense is nationally elite. This is an elite defense under Josh Heupel. So, to me, the sky is the limit. And if the offense figures it out, more than likely this team is going to be in a really, really good spot. But we've definitely got a lot of kinks to work out, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But we've got all the time in the world to figure it out. We've at least got a week to figure it out before we head into Fayetteville for, in October, I believe. So we'll see how it goes. We got a bye week to rest up and prepare for that game in Fayetteville, and then we're right back home for Florida and Alabama. So a lot on the line in the next coming weeks, so we'll see how it goes. But nonetheless, a win's a win, and I'll absolutely friggin' take it. There's a whole lot to go over for college football chaos, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on the script there. But yeah, great day to be a Tennessee Volunteer, and that's all there is to it, baby. So 4-0 in the 4-0, and probably going to end up at number 5 in the nation next week. I hope so. We may be top 5. I don't know. Let's see how much they favor Ole Miss in the rankings. Nonetheless, thank you guys for all the support that you've given to this channel. And as always, of course, I will be making the college football chaos. I'll have that out Wednesday. And whatever else, it comes in between there. We'll figure it out. All right. Well, I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, of course, power to Tardaria. And go Vols. We're 4-0. We're undefeated. And we put the whooping of an absolute lifetime on the Oklahoma Sooners, just like as I said. Whee!